everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm an English teacher. And this video is all about common job interview questions. I'll be listing some of our common job interview questions and giving you some grammar structures and phrases, vocabulary that you can use to prepare your answers. The best way to prepare for a job interview is to be genuine and to be confident. So practice answering these questions out loud, using words to express your own experience. Feel free to take notes and use the structures I teach you in this video. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are. Common questions you might get asked in a job interview. How to survive a job interview and how to get the job. Let's not just survive. Let's do well in our job interviews. So you walk into the office, you're feeling nervous, and the interviewer says, "Oh, please sit down. Thank you. So tell me about yourself." And you think, wow, it seems like this should be an easy question, but it's always the most difficult to answer. So how do you answer this question? Well, I recommend being confident and just, organize your ideas. So think of 4 things you might want to share and start by saying, well, first of all, I'm a student and I'm studying mechanical engineering at the University of Or first of all, I've just finished my degree in marketing and I'm looking forward to getting into the workforce. As you already know, I'm really interested in graphic design. I love the creativity and the structure, and I love working with different clients and helping them to discover what their brand is. Something like that, right? This is basically a sentence that summarizes your professional interests or your professional experience. Okay, so you've got your first sentence. Then you can move on by saying the next thing and connect your ideas with what else can I say? Well, I'm currently working in this company where I'm responsible for meeting with clients and interviewing them to talk about their brand. So what tense is this? I'm currently working at. This is a present continuous tense. I really recommend using these active tenses, the continuous tenses. You can also use present perfect continuous to talk about what you have been doing in the last few months, what you are doing. These active tenses help the interviewer to see you as a busy person, a motivated person, someone who's active. So what else can I say? I have been working on this big marketing project and I've really been enjoying it because it's been so challenging. It's about to wrap up and it's a really good time at my current job for me to look for another position because I've just finished this project. Or you can say, I've been spending a lot of time studying and reading up on this new coding language because I really want to learn as much about this industry as I can. So this one, number 3, is actually a very useful sentence. It helps you to talk about your activity even if you don't currently have a job. Tell them what you've been doing. I've been spending a lot of time working on my English and language skills because I really want to improve this communication, and get a job working at an international company. This tells them about your motivation and your goals. It's a really powerful way to take something which feels like a disadvantage and make it into a strong point. Okay, so we've got our first sentence, our second sentence to talk about what we've been doing. And now I would say talk about the future. You could start this with a phrase like this. Regarding my goals or regarding the future, I really hope to. I'd like to start my career in because. Something I'd really like to do is. So what is your goal? What can you put here? I really hope to get a job in an international company because I love meeting people from around the world and I can't wait to travel again. I'd like to start my career in graphic design because it's something I've always enjoyed, and I know that I can combine my creativity skills and my design skills to help lots of people. Something I'd really like to do is join a company where I can keep learning and keep improving my skills. This question or this statement here can help the interviewer see what you're going to do in the long term. You know, make sure that it's something that is compatible with the job. You know, don't tell them you're going to travel if this job is something that is that you can't travel with. You know, if it has to be a stable job in one place, talk about a goal that can fit with that job position. But do tell them something that lets them know you're not lazy and that you're looking towards the future. So the last part about tell me about yourself is that you should end on something interesting about you, something that will help them to remember who you are. They want to hire someone they'll get along with. They don't want to hire a robot. So make sure it's true and even try to find something in common with them. So you could start it by saying, well, about my hobbies, about my interests. I love walking and trekking around in the trails around this area. I'm really interested in bird watching. I love nature, and I think it's so important to get out away from the city every once in a while. What about you? Do you ever hike? Well, I usually spend my free time at home, actually. I'm a bit of a homebody. I really like watching series on Netflix. I'm a big sci-fi nerd. I love Star Trek. I love Stargate SG-1. So I love that, and I love talking about TV shows as well. So that's my secret, my secret hobby. You know, give them something that makes you human. Make sure that they can see who you are and they can be charmed by you. All right, let's summarize what we've come up with. Tell me about yourself. Well, first of all, I am a recent graduate. I've just finished studying my CELTA, and as you know, I'm currently teaching online. What else can I say? Well, I've been doing these amazing speaking clubs online, and I love it. Every week we've been meeting with people from around the world, and we have so much in common even though we're from different countries. It's so rewarding to meet people and talk with them. So I really think I'm improving my teaching by doing this, because everyone has a different level, everyone has a different area of need, and I'm learning a lot as a teacher. So regarding my goals, I would love to teach in a school in a different country. I think it would be so amazing to just learn about a place and join this school so that I can integrate into the community right away. And that's why I'm applying for this job. About my hobbies and interests, well, I love walking. I love traveling and seeing new places. I don't even need to go to museums. I just love walking around different neighborhoods and looking at the architecture. I love people watching and just seeing what normal people do in their everyday life. I think it's really nice. What about you? Do you like traveling? Yeah, great. So let's move on to the next most common question. They're going to ask you about your strengths, or why should they hire you? Why should they pick you for the job? And it's sometimes hard to talk about our strengths, but be prepared to think about the qualities you have which will match the job. So you could start with your strengths in the office. When I'm in the office or when I'm working on the job, I'm quite good at. I do really well in this environment. I have great skills, and I always So here, if you have any key qualifications or about certain coding languages, you could put that in here. So make sure you're sharing your expertise here. So here are some ideas I have. You can use them or put your own words in here, whatever works for you. Well, I'm quite good at thinking one step ahead. I'm very proactive. I'm quite good at problem solving and thinking creatively. I do really well when I'm working as part of a team. I love bouncing ideas off my coworkers. I have great time management skills and I'm very organized. So think at least 3 or 4 strengths that you have. Make sure you write them down so that you can practice them. Okay, these are your technical strengths. What about your interpersonal strengths? So regarding my interpersonal skills, well, I really value, I try to be, I'm good at, I'm quite, I see myself as, I'm quite patient, I work well with others, I really value transparency, and I try to be as communicative as possible. I see myself as a leader. I really value other people's opinions. I try my best to be fair and diplomatic. I'm a good listener, and I make sure to ask questions when I don't understand. So these answers are quite long. You're giving reasons for your strengths. You're giving examples of evidence of why you've chosen these adjectives. So put some thought into why you're saying what you do. Make sure you have examples of how you behave in this way. Okay, what about your weaknesses? Whew. Well, that's a tricky question. Let me think. You could say this anytime. Oh, that's a tricky question. Let me think. Just gives you some time to think about what you want to say. So these structures are really useful because within the structure, you are showing that you're working on overcoming your weakness. I'm trying to be more is challenging for me because sometimes I feel when but I'm trying to overcome this by I'm trying to be more relaxed and be calmer when something overwhelms me. This helps me to make better decisions. Sometimes I feel nervous or shy when I speak in front of other people because I don't want to make a mistake. I'm trying to overcome this fear by speaking every week in an online speaking club. Prioritizing my projects is challenging because I spend a lot of time trying to make something perfect. I'm learning how to move on to the next project and make sure I spend my time on important things. And maybe this one. Oh, I wish I had more experience in this industry as I'm just starting out, but I'm doing my best to get my foot in the door. So, in this case, you could definitely use this if it's your first job. So think about how you can change your weakness into a strength. So this question comes up a lot. Why are you leaving your current position? Why are you leaving your old job? And the reason why they ask this is they want to see how loyal you are, or to see, are you someone who's going to be jumping from job to job, or do you have a reason for looking for a new position? They want to make sure that the time and the money that they're investing in this interview is going to pay off later. So take some time to think about it. And you can even say that to them. Let me think about that for a moment. Let me think about that for a moment. And here are my suggestions. You can use them or you can think of your own. Number one is if you want to have a job that's in a different industry than the one you're working in. See, this is a change of career path here. And it's a perfectly reasonable way to explain why you're changing jobs. Number one, I've always wanted to work in the industry, in the marketing industry, in this, in the computer, computer systems industry, the video game industry. And my previous job position, wasn't going to help me get there. So I'm switching career paths here, and I'm really excited about it. Number two, well, I learned a lot in my previous role as customer service representative, and now I'm ready to push myself to try something new and more challenging. I know that this position will help me to grow. So number two is a way of kind of saying, my other job, I felt stuck, and I want room to improve. So I think both of these stories are valid reasons why you're asking to be in this new position. Okay, that's that one done. Let's move on to the next. So here we are at the final question. What attracted you to this job? This is another opportunity for you to refocus the question so that it's about your goals, your values, and it's an opportunity for you to show them how your goals match their goals, how your values match their values. So it's really like, yes, I want this job, but you want me for the job. So for example, you can say things like, talk about your goals and what you want to do and what you value, like I just said. So what has attracted you to this graphic design job? Well, my goal has always been to work in art and design. Ever since I was in high school, I have loved graphic design. It was my degree in college, and it's something I've always wanted to do. So I value creativity, and I know that this company values creativity as well. From the job position, I can see that you have your designers working as a team, and I think that the creative process has to be in a group so that you can help each other overcome challenges or design obstacles. And I think that's so important. It's really attractive to me. I really want to excel at this and become a better designer. And again, working in a group of peers will help push me to the next level. So that's why I'm really interested in this job. Something like that. I just made that up. I don't know if it's relevant or not, but using these phrases helps you to take the words out of your mind and just say them. So the next step is join our speaking club and practice with us. Just find anybody that you can speak with and ask each other these questions and practice talking about your job experience and what you want and your goals. And it's such a wonderful way to not only practice English and practice these amazing job interview skills, but also to get to know each other and create this environment where you can trust each other. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in Speaking Club.